Welcome back to another full self-driving video. Today we have another update. We are on autopilot. This is 14.2.2.2. Here, actually, let me go to software and we'll go 14.2.2.2. Okay, so there was actually a recent update. It was 14.2.2, which came out, at least on my end, a few days ago. And then last night we updated. I had an update to 14.2.2.2. And just to go over my recent trips with autopilot, I've been using full self-driving for about 81%. So if you go to like the settings and then autopilot, you can see your self-driving stats. So I've been using mostly hurry profile. And what I've noticed so far with this 14.2.2 version, hurry feels like it's in a hurry. Standard, I haven't really played too much, but even when I was on hurry mode previously, it didn't really feel all that like in a rush. Like, I'm not saying I need to be in a rush all the time, but it wasn't making as many lane changes and would stay behind a pretty slow car for a longer period of time than I would have liked. I would have liked to, move around the car or something like that. And yeah, so it seems like with this version, there's a little bit more lane changing involved, especially around slower cars and maneuvering, especially on highway. So maybe we'll see this more in the video. I have a destination. It's about almost an hour and a half away, but I'm going to go stop by, find some lunch. And so lately I've also been playing around with Grock integration. So Grock is the AI assistant in the car. So we'll ask it something. Can you find some Chipotles on my route?
There are a few Chipotles near your route to Santa Clara. The closest is at 345 3rd Street in Santa Fe, just 1.8 miles away, adding 11 minutes. Another at 5800 Northgate Drive in Santa Fe adds 15 minutes. Want to add one as a stop?
Which one's the one that adds the least amount of time to my route?
The Chipotle at 3271 Lakeshore Avenue in Oakland adds the least time, just 8 minutes to your route. There's also a couple in Berkeley and Oakland, adding 9 minutes each.
Actually, is there a Chipotle in San Bruno?
Yes, there's a Chipotle at 1150 El Camino Rail in San Bruno, adding just 8 minutes to your route. Want to add it as a stop?
Yeah, let's add that one.
Done. Chipotle in San Bruno is now your first stop, then on to Mission College Boulevard. It's 26 miles away, 49 minutes.
Cool. Okay. So, well, and that, so we basically have a long as hell drive. We're going to go drive through San Francisco. Hopefully it's not too crazy. And I'm going to speed up this video, obviously, because it's going to be really long. And I'll obviously chime in whenever there's anything interesting going on. So all I have to do is hit full self-driving. I want it to be 72. So we're in this parking lot right now, which is kind of a little bit tough to navigate, I would say. So anyway, uses like that for Grock integration, I think, has been really nice instead of just having it ask silly, fun questions. There is an actual use for it, which is really nice, especially adding, stops to your destination. And I think before, well, what am I trying to say? Adding stops to your destination, it's been pretty useful. There was one instance where I actually asked it if it can find me a coffee shop. And I asked it, it's like, oh, do any of these coffee shops have an iced mocha? And then it literally came back to me with an answer of like, oh yeah, this coffee shop, the one that's on your route, the menu does say it has an iced mocha, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, it was just a test, and I didn't realize it would actually give me a proper answer. And obviously, it's bound to make mistakes, so you can't really blindly trust it. You got to look into it. But it's really nice that we're getting to that point. There's a person crossing the road. It's really nice that we're getting to that point where, it'd be nice to have an assistant actually direct you to your route and then drive you. And I think that's pretty neat here. So I'm basically going to stop by for some quick lunch and on the way to Chipotle. And yeah, so far so good navigating this parking lot. And then I'll shut up now so you guys can enjoy the ride. And then, of course, I'll chime in when anything cool happens. Thanks. Actually, hold on. Can you find a Chipotle on my route that actually has instead a parking lot, not a parking garage? No? Let's try that one more time. Is there a Chipotle on my route to Santa Clara that has a parking lot and not a parking garage? Connection error occurred. Okay. No results found. Okay. A connection error occurred. Can you find a Chipotle on my route to Santa Clara that has a parking lot, not a parking garage? No, not in Santa Clara, along my route to Santa Clara.
There's a Chipotle at 2002 El Camino Rail in Santa Clara with a parking lot across from Target. No garage mentioned.
Hold on.
It's right at your destination and open till 10 p.m. Want me to add it as a stop?
No. You know what? I think it's fine. We'll keep it. And parking lot. Let's try that. I don't want to have to deal with a parking garage. Oh, wait. Hold on. I don't want to be an HOV. Uh, is this a time limit thing? Let me see. Three or more persons. From 10 to 3, it's free. Okay. All right. Never mind. We're okay. Like, oh, that was cool. So there was a bit of a dip on that um, left lane here on the yellow line. It was like cracked road, and the car slightly went around it, like a barely noticeable difference. Like I noticed it. It actually intentionally avoided it. I like the view out of this tunnel. There's the Golden Gate Bridge. We're gonna pass right through it. Um, Maybe from the camera's view, and I might not look as big, but we'll pass through. It's gonna be real nice. Beautiful. Full self-driving drive through Golden Gate Bridge. Good. It picked the appropriate lane. And whether to get confused or anything behind the cones or which section to go through. Handled that quite nicely. So we're currently on 19th Avenue, and it looks like it's going to be a bit backed up here for a little bit. So the car wants to take the side road and try to bypass a lot of this traffic. So we'll see how well it does. And shaving off whatever this red is here on Highway 9 or on 19th Avenue so we can get through and onto the highway. But yeah, for here, it's just a lot of stop signs, it looks like. We'll see how well it does. Nice move around the bicyclist here. You can even see the little bicyclist coming through. Good. Bicyclist didn't even stop, but that's fine. Do what you do. Person on the left. So we'll go after this and that Tesla. Okay, there we go. Good decision making. No hesitation. Didn't make me feel nervous about it. I feel like it's been handling four-way stop signs pretty well. I don't think I've ever had any issues since I've had full self-driving, just for a while. But yeah, it's pretty good. Well, this is why there's a lot of would have been a lot of traffic because every you have to merge into two lanes here. So on the right, here's SF State. Go Gators. That's where I did my undergrad. Good times, good memories. It was fun. It's been a long time since I set foot on campus, though. Sneath Lane. Sneath? What are we in, Dr. Seuss? Alright. Okay. Ah, oh, dang it. Alright, let me just back out of here. Well, what the hell? Alright, how do I get out of here? I'm sorry about that. That was, I wasn't expecting a phone call. But anyway, so blur that all out, whatever. So essentially the car got me to where I needed to be. I didn't realize this was a mall. I know it's a parking garage. I wanted a parking lot. But it did end up going left here, which is an area we're not supposed to go. There's an arrow facing the opposite direction. So essentially we're going the opposite direction. And yeah, so I'm going to stop by, have some lunch here. I guess at the food court, or there's like a Chipotle here. And then, actually, let me just park and talk this through. And I'll park right here for now. All right. So some talking points. End of the video here. Full self-driving. At this point, I think it's really good. We can go really far to our destination. People use full self-driving for road trips. And I think in my head, I kind of want to compare this to Waymo or other full self-driving cars. Waymo has been really good in San Francisco, but right now it's only limited between here and part of San Jose, but not all of San Jose, I don't think. Someone can maybe comment on that. But all of this stretch is where Waymo can go. And the neat thing about Tesla's full self-driving, not to suck Tesla's nuts or anything, but it's like you can go wherever. And that's the nice part about it. You don't have to have pre-planned roads or have to adapt to anything. The other situation that occurred recently, there was a power outage in San Francisco due to a PG&E plant that caught on fire, etc. So a huge portion of San Francisco was caught on fire. What? No, it wasn't caught on fire. It was blacked out. There was a blackout at night. And so it was really dark. and Waymos were having trouble. Waymos could not navigate in the dark. Well, I mean, it can navigate in the dark, but without stoplights or anything else, it was having difficulty. And a lot of them were stopped at certain traffic lights and wasn't able to move forward. But Teslas, with however the software or engineering team worked this out, Teslas were able to navigate and act as a human would in terms of a blackout, where the stoplights don't work. It would treat everything as a stop sign and still be aware for pedestrians, and it was working just fine. I personally was not in that situation where I was trying to figure out how to navigate full self-driving or navigate during a blackout. But yeah, Teslas were able to do that, and I was fully confident coming from like Marin area, so around here. Where am I? So Marin area all the way down through to San Jose. This would be over an hour drive, almost 2 hours, right? And I would be comfortable. Like that's a totally fine drive that I know that full self-driving would be able to take me on. Um, I don't have it miss my exits. It has maybe once or twice, but it's when it's really congested. Um, and it kind of took too long. But this was on previous versions. This is my first time really driving 14.2.2. 14.2.2.2. Anyway, so yeah, for the most part, this latest version of full self-driving has been a little bit more confident. I was on speed profile of hurry, which is a lot faster in terms of like compared to how it was in a previous build for the software. It's a little bit more aggressive when you want to put it in hurry mode. Standard would be less aggressive, I think, with how much it wants to change lanes. Let me stop there. So yeah, I think for the most part, full self-driving has been pretty nice. Sorry for the interruption toward the end. But yeah, these are my basically closing thoughts. So far, so good. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab some lunch. You guys enjoy the rest of your day or night or morning. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.